of the day, is New York in a competitive? Are they in a competitive state in their franchise right now?
Yes.
So is Kevin Durant not a better player right now than Karl Anthony Towns?
No, I believe he is.
I don't think that messes well. I don't think that messes well.
In what way?
KD on the Knicks, he gonna put the ball in the basket.
Okay, if we just need somebody to put the ball in the basket, I could do that. If we can only focus on somebody putting the ball in the basket, I can do that. We can come out and get a bucket. Just not pick up basketball at the rec. These are guys who got to play in schemes, defensive matchups. 24 and 12 in the NBA, that's not easy to do. Yeah, we can go get Giannis, who averaging 30 and 12, 30 and 14, or whatever the case may be. But that's two totally different players. Giannis cannot come out and guard the big man in a pick and roll every night. They'll kill Giannis. Giannis can't come down. He could obviously come down and bulldoze his way to the basket. But you can't get what the cat's gonna give you on the defensive end, rebounding wise, and you're not gonna get it.
Are we talking about Giannis?
We're talking about Giannis, who literally comes down, dribbles past everybody, dunks, misses, gets his own rebound. He plays like an Angel Reese.
No. This is where I draw the line.
Don't get me wrong.
Hey man, welcome back to another episode of Check the Stats Podcast, man. I'm here, I'm your host T. Cal. Here to the right of me, got my co-host Big Omari in the building, man. Here to the righter of me, got my boy Big Verse in the building and back in action, man. Married man.
Yes, sir.
Salute to my boy Big Cam, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Tying the knot, bro.
Yes, sir.
Big. How you feeling, bro?
Feeling great, man. Appreciate y'all for having me. Been a long time.
Yes, sir.
Man.
All right.
Tom Thibodeau, he's fired. Knicks eliminating the playoffs. I mean, our NBA Finals is set. OTA news is coming out. We know the gossip that goes on around this time, man. Without further ado, man, first topic, Big Jess, let's get to it.
Yes, sir. So like you were saying, we got the big news for Knicks fans. Tom Thibodeau was fired. Do we think that he was holding them back or holding them together?
I feel like he was holding them together for sure. Tom Thibodeau, he brought them. How you say his name first off?
Tibbs, easy.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, Tibbs. He brought them success in 5 seasons, man. 5 years as a head coach. I mean, he had 4 playoff appearances. He took them to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time in 25 years, man. I feel like he did his job, but I guess front office viewed him as, okay, I don't think that's the guy that's going to get us over the hump to the finals. But, I mean, that's just the nature of the NBA, though. Like, that's just the business of it, sadly. So, I don't think he deserved to be fired, though.
No, I'm with you. I agree. I think he did not deserve to be fired. 5 years. Playoffs every year except one, like you said.
Yeah.
Just beat the defending champs, Celtics, on their way to the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, they didn't get it done, but I think the Knicks are definitely trending in the right direction. Only knock I would have on Tibbs is maybe he should have used his bench a little bit more. But even with that being said, you still made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. You still competed. You beat the defending champs. I mean, how much better can it get? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I feel like if they're bringing in a couple pieces, utilize the bench a little bit more, they could have easily been in contention to be in their first finals and who Lord knows when. But I definitely think they tripping letting Tibbs go.
It's crazy because Mikal Bridges was he mentioned he commented about him not at the beginning of the season saying he doesn't trust the bench or something like that. So that was really shocking to me. Yeah, I was just like, damn.
I mean, unfortunately, that's just how the league goes. I think Thibodeau, at the end of the day,
casualty.
You're going to get fired if you don't produce the results. And unfortunately,
I think he did produce the results.
That's the thing. It's like,
I think he did.
But let's look at it from this lens. Who was the biggest player in the East coming into the season?
Biggest player?
Yes. The Celtics, by far. They're the reigning defending champions.
Yeah.
Best team, organized top to bottom. And then afterwards, who were we kind of looking at? New York? Or we were looking at New York? We're looking at New York or the Cavs.
The Cavs.
So New York finished third in the East, obviously. Played Detroit, took care of business. But out of Coach Thibodeau's tenure as the coach, what was his success in the playoffs? Always a second round and you're out. And obviously you're investing more and more money into a team. You're trying to figure out what am I missing? What's going on that's, what's not working. So bringing in Cat in this offseason, you brought back Anunoby. You brought Mikal Bridges. You got rid of Dante DiVincenzo. I mean, it's a new orchestrated team.
Yeah.
My thing is the biggest players in the East are eliminated, and you eliminated one of them. At that point forward, I don't care how good Indiana is. Everybody in the world expects you to take care of business and win that series. So you not making it to the finals, they kind of looking at it like, it's great. It's the best success we had in since the 90s. They never made it to the Eastern Conference Finals since the 90s. But at the end of the day, you're supposed to beat that team. No matter how hot Indiana's coming in, y'all were a betting favorite. Y'all team was organized. Y'all invested all this money into OG Anunoby this offseason. Jalen Brunson's a top 10 player. Karl Anthony Towns made third team All-NBA. Yeah. Mikal Bridges, you traded about 4 or 5 first-round picks for. I mean, the expectations are there. So, So
are you saying they shouldn't have lost to the Pacers?
No, of course not. I think, obviously, we all know the Pacers are a good team. Don't get me wrong. But New York Knicks make it to the conference finals. Doesn't that mean they're a good team, too?
I mean, but they
me personally, I wanted the Knicks to win. But I definitely, watching the Pacers throughout the playoffs, nobody playing like they playing, picking up full court. Yeah. I mean, outside of Jalen Brunson, who can create a shot on the Knicks outside of Cat?
I'm just looking at it from the standpoint of what you said. They were the betting favorites to get past the Pacers. If that's the case, and he deserved to be fired in that aspect, then shouldn't we fire any coach that gets upset by some certain team that's the underdog in the playoffs? No. You got to look at it from the standpoint of like you said, they haven't been to this point in time in 25 years. Jeez. And in every single year Tom Thibodeau has been the head coach in New York, they've improved. They went from missing the playoffs to making it to the playoffs for the first time since damn near the Melo days, all the way to the second round where they got knocked off by the Heat and the Pacers last year, all the way to hosting an Eastern Conference Finals. And history shows that teams that go to the Eastern Conference Finals and end up losing typically end up in the NBA Finals the very next season. Yeah. That recent history has showcased that trend. So I'm thinking with the talented roster that they have, even with their issues that Tom Thibodeau has in terms of trusting the bench, why would we sit up here and give him the lion's share of the blame for producing the most successful season the Knicks have had in longer than the three of us been alive? That's crazy.
Me personally, I really don't feel like the Knicks. I don't feel like they played bad. I don't feel like they dropped the ball. I just feel like they just didn't get it done. Sometimes I feel like that happens. Sometimes you're not going to always get it done. There's going to be a better team that day. And right now the Pacers are hot. So for me, I think it's kind of early to go ahead and let Tibbs go. I don't know who you bring in who could possibly give you something better than what he's already given you. The starters playing 35 plus minutes a night, that might be a little much, but we can't knock this shit. They got it to the finals, Eastern Conference Finals. So I'm interested to see who they're going to bring in next to top what Tibbs is doing. But, defensively, Jalen Brunson getting a bucket, Cat hooping. I don't know what more you could want.
Ain't it crazy how many good coaches are being thrown a boot? They getting a boot? Monty Williams from the Suns a few years ago, Budenholzer from the Bucks, Taylor Jenkins from Memphis. We just seen... who else got fired early this year? Michael Malone from the Nuggets. Budenholzer finna get the boot from the Suns. And now we got a team that was one of the Final Four opponents left for the fighting chance with the Larry O'Brien Trophy, having their best season in God knows how long, and they just got rid of their coach in his best season as a tenured head coach for the New York Knicks. That's crazy as hell to see. The turnarounds in the coaching landscape is unreal.
What more do you want?
Exactly.
Facts, because he produced a lot of success for the Knicks. He played a huge factor, and they improved. That's what it's all about to me. Improvement. Every year they went deeper into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And next year, who knows? They could have probably made the finals. Especially with the situation in Boston that's going on right now.
But I also think the same thing with the Celtics. A couple of years ago, they went to the finals. They lost to the Warriors. They came back the next year. They won. So I'm like, why jump off the bandwagon early? If it's not broke, don't fix it. It's steady improvement each year from where they are. Granted, he could probably do a little bit more with the bench, but who can you bring in who's not doing what he's already doing?
But you got the East as a weak conference. And going to Charles' point, The East, you got a team coming into the playoffs under 500. So let's not sit here and act like being good in the East is a prop or a kudos to you. Like, if you can make it flat down the middle 50-50, you're in the playoffs. So, like, let's be serious. But at the end of the day, it's a result-oriented business. If you cannot get the results, you're gonna get you're gonna find a realtor to find your next place in your next city. It's unfortunate that's just how it goes. But at the end of the day, he made it to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since the 1990s. But at the end of the day, you played in the Indiana Pacers. You didn't play the Boston Celtics. You didn't play the Cleveland Cavaliers. You played the Indiana Pacers.
So you feel like they got outcoached?
But can't you just put some more respect on the Pacers, though? I mean, they was in the Eastern Conference Finals
Pacers
last
nice,
year,
for sure.
and they beat New York in 7 games.
I actually think the Pacers play better defense than, honestly, every team in the NBA outside of the Thunder. That's why I'm kind of excited to see the finals, just because it's going to be a real good defensive matchup. And I really think the Pacers are the only team I see in the NBA that's picking up full court, kind of like a college team. And they playing 10, 11 plus guys a night. They contributing. I mean, the Pacers not no easy team. Like, they're not a slouch, but I think what kills the Knicks is playing 5 guys 40 minutes a night.
No
doubt. You got the Pacers bringing in 10, 11, 12 guys playing 20 plus a night.
And I think it's also the style of the fight, too. Like, we see this all the time in boxing. Sometimes it's not about who's better or not. It's about how they fight, and that determines who's going to win the series. Indiana has some of the best depth in the league, let alone the Eastern Conference. New York, we already know that at best case scenario, they go 8 deep, and their 8th guy might get less than 10 minutes a night. So it's like, at that point in time, it's a battle of attrition in terms of stamina, in terms of how long you're able to be efficient and effective on the court. And ultimately, that's what hurt the Knicks last season against the Pacers. And the same thing happened rather more quickly this time against the Pacers.
Yeah.
So now that the head coach is gone, was the whole season a letdown, or is this just a stepping stone?
100% a letdown. I think, obviously, I'm just keep repeating myself. I'm going to keep beating that base. The Celtics was eliminated. New York coming into the season was the second best team in the Eastern Conference, and they built a team solely around competing with the Boston Celtics. Well, congratulations, you beat the Celtics. But now, outside of that, nobody else in the East should be competing with you. You got 2 top 15 players according to the voters of All NBA. NBA, huh?
I got a question though. What makes the Knicks the top 2 team in the East?
I mean, when they got Mikal Bridges in the offseason, when they retained OG Anunoby, when they got Karl Anthony Towns from Minnesota.
But we also got the Cavs who win.
And prior to
68 or whatever.
Yeah, and prior to the start of the season, like, as much as we hate to say it, hindsight's 20/20. But at the end of the day, back in that moment in time, Philly was up there too when they acquired Paul George.
But they wasn't above New York.
Philly trash.
Hindsight.
Oh, you said
I'm talking about back then when they acquired Paul George. They had a quote-unquote big 3 between him and Embiid and Maxey. Who's to say they weren't the top 2?
I just think the Pacers get disrespected because they're in a small market. They don't got no big name flashy players.
Yeah, they really. I feel like
they
really
play hard. They're the only team I see. They're the only team I see picking up full court. They can switch multiple guys. They got hella guys who can guard. They actually remind me of the Thunder. Like, they play the same type of style. I mean, outside of the Thunder, they have Hartenstein and Chet, and the Pacers got Turner, and that's really it, big man wise. But and Siakam. But other than that, I mean, I think the Pacers are one of the best teams in the NBA. They got hot at the right time. But defensively, I think they play some of the best defense in the NBA. Outside of the Thunder.
Okay, so when y'all came into the season, who did y'all think was going to be a better team? The Pacers or the Knicks?
For sure.
Oh, yeah,
The Knicks.
Okay. That's all I want to hear.
Yeah.
So before the season came, y'all already had high expectations for the New York Knicks, correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
high
so
expectations, I don't know for me, but yeah.
Okay, but the majority had high expectations for the Knicks after picking up all these big pieces, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so you come into the season, right? You defeat the one sole team that you done built this whole super team around. Jalen Brunson, Cat, OG, Josh Hart, what's the other dude named Bridges? You built all these guys to defeat the team. You defeated in the second round Boston Celtics.
Yeah.
Nobody else in the East should beat you. That's what everybody at the top is thinking. We built this team sole purpose was to beat the Celtics. That's the only team that's standing in our way from the championship. Right. We beat them. Now there's no excuse to at least make it to the finals. I'm not saying you're going to have to win it all, but any other team outside the Celtics in the conference finals and you lose to is a disappointment in my eyes. So I say, truthfully, you got to tear that team down. And I'm not going to say tear it completely down, But I've said this a long time ago. Me and Cam used to go back and forth about it all the time. Karl Anthony Towns is not that dude. And I continuously try to tell y'all, he can have a spurt in the playoffs, have a 30-piece, 15 boards. He looking like the best thing since what's bro name? DeMarcus Cousins. And all of a sudden everybody, oh my God, I told you that's why Cat's nice. And then he puts up a 13 and 5 and he's unplayable in the fourth quarter. And then what? Cat just played his role. I mean, he grabbed his rebounds. He was a good team player. He sat on the bench when he was playing like boo-boo. Like, no, like, I'm sorry. Cat is not a consistent two.
Cat averaged 24, 12, and 6 in the Eastern Conference Final.
Okay, I wonder how much did he average in the regular season? Can we pull up them stats, please?
Let me see.
Because at the end of the day, the playoffs is all about elevating your game. That's the whole reason why you get paid the big bucks is to elevate your game from your season averages. We're not talking about 1 point. We're talking about 3 points, 4 points, 5 points. You're playing over your season average minutes. So your minutes are going up close to them 40s.
Yeah.
So,
But I disagree with you there just because of the standpoint of when you get to the playoffs, defenses are predicated to stop you.
okay, but
So I at least
wait, no. Because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, has his point averages dropped since he made it to the
But that's-
playoffs?
that's-
No. Because teams come to the playoffs, predicated their defensive scheme to stop Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, but yet it's still.
on the
It's
very
different
standard that
because-
you're literally not allowed to touch him.
not even that. He's different because he touches the ball every possession. He brings
Yeah.
the ball.
Jalen Brunson.
He initiates the offense. The ball is in his hand. He's supposed to
He's
get
the
30.
facilitator.
Yeah, for his
Cat, he's coming off
dependent.
screens. He's having to play off of Brunson. He's having to. So for me, I feel like Cat did his job. He was all NBA third team, averaged 24 and 12. What more did he need to average in the finals to win? Who I do think needed to step up for the Knicks was the guys Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges. Josh Hart averaged 9 points in the Eastern Conference Final?
Yeah.
That's unacceptable.
But he's a role player.
But he's an expensive role player.
But what did Karl Anthony Towns do in that Game 6 game?
He did have 13? I can't knock it. He didn't perform that game. I can't say that on that.
But these
overall-
are the guys that we're paying $200 million to, and you're my second option is to come up short in the biggest game of the season. To keep our season alive, you could have come with your best today.
I agree, but in Cat's situation, he don't touch the ball. He don't bring the ball to the court. He's not initiating offense. So the players are being ran to him. So if he can't get the ball in some situations, yeah, he might need to be a little bit more aggressive and calling for it or trying to go get it, but it's not all on him. So for me, if he's averaging 24-12 in the Eastern Conference playoffs or finals, I think that's pretty good. Now, who I do think needed to step up was Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, even Miles McBride. He played a lot of minutes but didn't really contribute much.
Yeah.
He had 8.5 PRA for my bettors, but I'm like, if in the playoffs, Eastern Conference Final, they're gonna try to stop Brunson. They're gonna try to take away Cat. Josh Hart, you gotta give me 10+.
I think where Cat needed to improve was like his defensive awareness
I would
because
agree.
him and Brunson was getting picked on tremendously too much in that Eastern Conference Finals matchup. Obviously, if you look at it from the grand scheme of things, from one perspective, you could see it as a success for the Knicks because they got this far. We got to see New York basketball and meaningful basketball moments in the month of May outside of the second round.
Yeah.
But to your point, I mean, like, if you're the New York Knicks, like, you're in a position where, like you said, you knock off the big dogs. But not only that, especially with how much parity is going on from the Celtics, like, they just lost Jason Tatum. Next season, it's open season upon the Eastern Conference. And you just let go of your coach who just gave you your most successful season. That's never a good sign for the most part in time. Like, how many times do we see a coach of a talented squad leave that talented squad and that squad essentially getting better off of his removal?
Boston Celtics.
Boston Celtics was in a
Warriors.
situation.
Yeah.
No, the Boston Celtics was in a Boston Celtics was in a situation where they ended up getting rid of Ime Udoka, not because of basketball-related reasons. That's all personal stuff that would happen within that Celtics organization.
But you didn't say that, though. You just said since the removal of a coach.
I'm
You're not
talking-
saying the reason.
Okay, and to
The nigga from the Rockets before he made up. What was his
he wasn't successful on the Rockets.
Yeah, he
Steven
was.
Silas.
Oh, you saying Stans?
Yeah, and then you talk about Mark
Yeah,
Jackson, but
yeah,
Mark
yeah.
Jackson, to
Yeah,
his
yeah.
credit, he put the
That was 6-7 seed.
Yeah, but also you got to keep in mind too. He laid the building blocks together.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar to what
That's
Brad
sucks.
Stevens did for
For Boston.
exactly.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
once
man.
exactly. So once What's his name?
Ime Udoka.
No, after.
Brad Seaver.
No, after Mazzulla. Once Mazzulla got into office, then
You
like
just had to keep it going.
yeah, exactly. He got the train already moved. He just got to keep on adding more pedal to the metal, and you good.
Okay, so this is my question though. We keep saying fire Tibbs, but I'm like, how much better can the Knicks get?
Exactly.
And that's why I say
So
you can.
that's the question. Do we think
So now because they lost in Eastern Conference Final, we got to trade the whole team.
Not the whole team, but I'm saying
Who would
like
you get rid of?
Carl Anthony Towns for sure,
nah.
and Mikal
What?
Bridges.
Because you said that, who's the number 2 option?
That you could replace with him.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Shoot,
Who would you go
Who
get?
is their number 2 option right now?
No, not even.
Cat is there too.
But I'm saying if you got get rid of Cat, who would you go get?
Exactly.
Kevin Durant,
Hell no.
No.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Okay, I can
Yes.
see y'all.
Okay.
Am I tripping? Like, are we
I can see
serious?
Giannis.
No KD.
Wembanyama. Go get Victor Wembanyama.
All right, not like
We calling big names.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm talking,
San Antonio
I'm
not
talking
coming off now.
realistically. Like, who can they go get?
So the
I don't trade Cat for Kevin Durant. I don't do that. I don't trade Cat for Giannis.
on whose standpoint?
Kevin
the-
Durant old as fuck.
No. I'm talking about
But he can
from
still
the
create,
Knicks standpoint or the Suns.
The Knicks standpoint. I don't trade.
So you think Cat is more valuable than Kevin Durant?
I don't think he's.
Hell no.
Actually, at this point in his career, I do think.
No,
he's
stop,
more.
please stop. No.
Oh,
Oh
NBA.
my goodness.
Hey, when y'all clip
KD
this,
can
when y'all clip
create.
this, put some Cat highlights up because y'all obviously don't know who Cat is.
Cat nice, but
Bro, Kevin Durant. We talking about
NBA.
Kevin Durant here.
But this is 35, 36-year-old KD.
And he's way better than
He still be hooping.
29-year-old Carl Anthony Towns.
What is he better at?
Scoring the basketball.
If-
Basketball IQ. He's a better defender. I don't care about the rebound.
Hell.
Cat is an awful defender. Let's be serious.
No, he is. But you give up Kevin Durant, you'll go get Cat.
Yes, I will in a heartbeat. Kevin Durant elevates that team in a heartbeat.
In what way? He brings maybe 10
Scoring.
more points a
He
game.
Is that not a lot of points? 10 points a game?
That's your Josh Hart argument right there.
That's not worth it though. But what you're gonna have to give
That's
up
all right,
to
energy
get
guy
Kevin
to me.
Durant, I
that's
don't
the
think
thing.
that's worth it.
Like from the Knicks standpoint,
Yeah.
what do they have that's
What are you gonna
valuable
give
to
up
the
to get?
Suns?
You give up Cat and what? 3 first-round picks? I don't think.
Oh,
that's
no.
worth
You
it.
throw one of them other dudes in. You
Who
throw
was one of the other dudes?
I'll throw
you
Bridges
throwing?
in there. Because at the end of the day, you're bringing KD there, so somebody has to go.
You throwing Bridges?
Bridges
in there?
is a great
Yes, I am.
So you throwing
All right,
Cat and Bridges for KD for a 2-year rental?
That's what I'm saying.
And some more.
That's what
But
I'm
at the end of the day, is New York in a competitive?
Yes.
Are they in a competitive state
Yes.
in their franchise right now?
Yes.
So is Kevin Durant not a better player right now than Carl Anthony Towns?
No.
I believe he is.
I don't think that messes
I believe he is.
well. I don't think
In
that
what
messes
way?
well.
In what way? Y'all,
Bro, KD on the Knicks, he was
Let's
put,
go- let's
he gonna put the
define-
ball in the basket.
Okay, if we just need somebody to put the ball in the basket, I could do that. If we only focus on somebody putting the ball in the basket, I can do that. But Cat is not. He's more than putting. I'm like, what do y'all want? Cat averaged 24 and 12. What is he?
true.
What more do we need to do?
Be consistent.
He's all NBA third team.
Look at how valuable Cat is. He's
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
like it's not a hyperbole to say that
Y'all-
he's
hey,
damn near
clip
one of the
this and put
best
some
stretch
Cat highlights
fives
up,
in the
'cause y'all obviously do
NBA
not
right
know who
now.
Cat
Like, do
is.
you know how valuable it is?
Cat
compared to
is
someone
top
like KD?
10 big. I take that back. Top 5 big in the NBA.
Yes.
And he might be even
And
top 10
as crazy
player,
as that
to be honest.
statement is, he's literally like the damn near the best shooting big man of
He's
all
Kevin
time
Durant
statistically.
as a big man.
That's crazy.
He moved like Kevin. He can put the ball on the floor like Kevin Durant.
Nah, KD way more smoother than Cat. Gang.
We ain't talking about smooth.
I don't care.
But we saying,
I
like
don't
you said
care
I'm
about
not
that.
saying Cat
move
come
like
down
KD.
and just freaking Magic Johnson, but he can come down and put a couple moves up.
Nah, he can do. Yeah, he can.
24 and 12, All NBA 13. Who the fuck are you gonna trade him for to go get Kevin Durant for 2 years? Kevin Durant gonna be okay. He averaged. Let's say Kevin Durant averaged 30 and what? 4 rebounds, maybe 5 assists. Does that help the Knicks more than 24 and 12?
Yes, in a heartbeat.
And
How
what
does he
way?
mesh well with Jalen Brunson?
I mean, Cat and Jalen Brunson didn't even mesh well. They had no pick and roll game. They had no 1 and 2. It's either Cat's getting his own or Brunson getting his own. It wasn't no.
So if it's the same thing with Kevin Durant, then what difference does that team make?
Now, we know for a fact KD is great with any other co-star in the league.
So he's great with Booker.
Yes, they were great together. That team is
What are
awful.
y'all expecting Kevin Durant to bring though? What? more
Consistent
scoring?
offensive scoring. He's a better defender. He like
Better defender? I don't know.
what is Carl Anthony Towns guarding? He was
He
awful.
doesn't have to guard though. He just got to sit in the drop.
He wasn't even doing that. Like, come on, bro.
Wait. Who are we asking Cat to guard though? Who was
anybody who's coming off that pick and roll, guard him.
Who was Cat's matchup and he got cooked? Name one guy in the playoffs who was Cat matchup and he just cooked Cat and Cat couldn't do nothing.
That's like
I'm waiting.
That's like me going to an open run and I'm seeing the fat old white dude in the corner. I'm bringing his man up every single play, and I'm just screen and we're pick and rolling, and I'm just killing the matchup every single time because I'm setting the screen on the dude. He don't know what he's doing.
Who did the Knicks play this year?
It doesn't make sense.
Who did the Knicks play in the playoffs where Cat lost his matchup?
I think he's talking more schematically. Like if he drops too far enough, that's an easy pick and pop.
But I really don't care what you do one-on-one because the NBA game is not really going to be one-on-one. You're going to play within the defensive scheme. So if Cat can do what he do, get 24 and 12, yeah, Kevin Durant come in and give you 30, 35, whatever the case may be. Come down, maybe guard
better
Donovan
than Cat
Mitchell or the better player on the team. But that's not Cat roll, though. He's 6'11". Sit in the paint, play the drop, contest on the pick and roll, grab 12 boards a game, average 25. You make all NBA 13.
And then you go home like you did and get
He go home, that's fine. But they made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. What more? Well, I'm like, what? Now, I don't get that we lose. Now we got to blow the whole team up. It's not good enough. Now we got to start off.
I think
I'm
we just
not that type of dude,
we
though.
overlooked the Pacers, honestly.
I
really feel like we overlooked them. I really feel like we did. They are nice. That is a very good
Okay, but the Pacers is nice. Raise your hand if you picked the New York Knicks to win that series. Before, raise your hand.
Obviously.
Raise your hand. I'm telling you.
I mean,
so they had expectations of being good. They did not live up to the expectations despite their biggest opponent eliminated.
Okay, so whose fault is it that they didn't lead up to the expectations?
Is it Cat's fault primarily?
Are you saying it's
Yeah.
Cat's
Is it coaching or?
I don't think it's coaching. I
So
think
you think it's Cat's fault?
100%.
In what way though? That's what I'm saying. What more could Cat have gave you? 24.
Some decent defense? Can you please go? Can you show on the screen?
Wait, couldn't you say the
24
same?
and
Wait.
12.
Couldn't you say the same thing about Jalen Brunson? I mean, he was getting picked and popped on that shit too.
And Jalen Brunson was averaging 30 points in every other
And look
game.
at the result. It got the
six.
same result as Cat. Couldn't you say the same thing about his defense getting to a point where it elevates them to a point of success when they haven't been able to do that?
No, because it evens out. Jalen Brunson is a liability on defense just the same way Luka Doncic would. But you know what they both do consistently? They put that ball in the basket at a high clip, and they're the whole offense.
Because Brunson, wait. Because Brunson is not the same type of facilitator that Luka is. Luka's facilitation got them into the NBA Finals. Brunson shit, nah. That's just all. Let's go ahead and get this money. Let's get this pop. Let's
I like
get
Brunson
this.
game.
But I'm not saying that though. I'm saying his offense cancels out his bad defense as the same as Luka. I don't care what you do good
Same
at.
with Cat.
No, it's not. Hey, you already know he came, bro. I got
It's not that. It's just like
24 and 12 you average on the season. What more do you name another big who averaged a double-double this year?
Jokic.
Okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Okay, name somebody else.
Wembanyama.
Okay, next. But they're naming top players though.
Robert, that's what you asking.
So obviously, if Cat averages the same thing, he's a top player. He's all NBA third team. What are we trading Cat to get?
A better player.
Like who?
Kevin Durant.
I would never give
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
I can agree with the Giannis one. I can agree with the
Why do
Giannis.
we agree with Giannis? Because he's young and he scores a lot of points.
And he's better on
Like,
both sides of the ball.
we seen what Giannis.
Did we just not see what Giannis just did?
But we seen what
I
Giannis
disagree.
is pairing
I think
with
Giannis-
Damian
I think
Lillard.
Giannis-
It wasn't that great.
I think
You think they would be better with Jalen Brunson?
I think he's more one-on-one.
Especially on the-
like who can come out and get a bucket. This not pick up basketball at the rec. These are guys who got to play in schemes, defensive matchups. 24 and 12 in the NBA, that's not easy to do. Yeah, we can go get Giannis who averaging 30 and 12, 30 and 14, or whatever the case may be. But that's two totally different players. Giannis cannot come out and guard the big man in a pick and roll every night. They'll kill Giannis. Giannis can't come down. He could obviously come down, bulldoze his way to the basket. But you can't get what the Cat's gonna give you on the defensive end, rebounding wise, and you're not gonna get a guy.
Are we talking about Giannis?
We talking about
I'm
Giannis.
talking about Giannis, who literally comes down, dribbles past everybody, dunks, misses, gets his own rebound. He plays like an Angel Reese.
No.
Angel Reese.
This is where I draw the line.
No, don't get me wrong. Giannis, don't get me wrong. Giannis is nice. Don't get me wrong. I'm not discrediting. He's nice, but I'm like
He's
Trading
athletic.
Giannis-
He's an athletic, like,
Athletic
stretch. He's an
works.
athletic 5.
So you would give up a 5.
Stretch, well,
What?
stretch, whatever.
Who?
So you would give up Giannis for a center, is what you're telling me. You would put Giannis as center on the Knicks.
No, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
So what would you put?
but
The 4 for sure.
put him at
The
the
4?
four.
Okay,
That's
we
what
put
I
him
meant
at
to
the 4. We
say.
put him at the 4. Who
Athletic
plays
stretch.
center?
Mitch.
Mitch
So you're
Robinson.
gonna play Mitchell Robinson?
Yeah.
So
Double big
So we're gonna
just
play
like
Mitchell
Houston.
Robinson. We're gonna play Cat. We're gonna play Jalen Brunson. We're gonna play Anobi. We're gonna play Bridges, and we're gonna play Josh Hart. That's what y'all telling me.
But you're gonna have to
I'm
get
looking at
off
it from
one
the
of those guys to in order for that to work.
And it's not like that's
But who
a
do we
crazy
get
line.
out?
It's not like a crazy line because that's
Who do
just
we
the same
get?
thing that the Rockets did, just a more elevated version because they have a guaranteed number 1 option in terms of who's going to score the ball.
Yeah, but the Rockets players are all young, so they're not on contract. They're not already paid, so you could do that right now. Who are we going? Who we paid everybody on the Knicks? So when we give up, we paid Mitchell Robinson. Who are we gonna give up? Who would y'all give up?
I would give up.
They paid Brunson. They paid the new LG.
Nope.
They paid Cat. They paid Mikal Bridges. They paid Hart. Who else? Who would you give up? Who can come in today and make that team better than what they already were this year?
Outside of the people that I've already named, I mean,
Nobody.
I couldn't tell you because those are at the end of the day,
Giannis averaged 30 and 11 this year. So he's giving you 6 more points than Cat, and he's giving you 1 less rebound. So let's say Cat finished with 13 in the finals. Let's add 6 more points to that. Giannis gives you 19 in the last game. Do they still win?
I mean, but you're not accounting for just straight stats.
Whoa. We are. He scores more points. And wait.
But that's
Yo, he just said.
But he's trying to boost his argument by going off of the numbers. I'm going off of his in-game impact defensively. We see it on a night-to-night basis. Karl-Anthony Towns is no.
Are we talking about Giannis or are we talking about Cat?
Giannis is a 1,000-time better defender.
Cat's impact and Giannis' impact are going to be 2 totally different things.
And Giannis is way bigger.
Giannis, for one, does not play the same position as Cat. He's not going to sit there and play the paint all night.
He's better. Like,
He can't come down and play in the Knicks offense and bully his way to the basket.
why not?
That's not going to fit their scheme.
plan.
And we just watched that with him and Damian Lillard.
I mean, we don't even know what their game plan is. They don't got a coach.
But we just watched this. We're basically saying we should give up Cat to go put Giannis on the Knicks.
Yes.
And we're gonna have Damian Lillard and Giannis all over again.
Yeah, I don't know how that pairing
I
works.
mean,
I don't know how that pairing
You
works.
can't have somebody who's like Giannis who needs the ball, who needs to run over everybody. Come put him on, just go play with the Knicks and you're going to be better. It's not going to happen. That's going to take shots away from Brunson. That's going to take shots away from everybody.
Yeah.
So essentially, the ball's coming out of Brunson's hand and Giannis is going to be more of a focal offensive person.
So
I'm thinking at that point, how in the world does Giannis make the Knicks better? Because if Giannis goes to the Knicks, he's going to change up the whole thing. Whole thing of what they do. And then if you take... And me personally, I think you have to give up too much to get Giannis. They have to give up like 3 first-round picks, a couple players. For what? Just to make
the Knicks
For a guy in the dead smack
Giannis.
middle of his prime, he's a top 2 player in the league. He's all NBA player on both sides of the floor.
Cat is the same thing.
No, he is an awful defender. Cat is nowhere near the level defender Giannis is.
Cat is all NBA third team.
And Giannis
But defense, we're talking about defense. What does
Because
Giannis do on
has
defense?
the ball more.
So if Cat
Every person who is first team NBA, they get the ball.
so if Cat had the ball more, you feel like that would just make his impact way bigger.
Absolutely.
We seen that with the Timberwolves.
What?
Well, he was the one option on the Timberwolves.
When was he ever the one option?
Before Anthony Edwards got
He
drafted?
played with Wiggins. He played with Zach LaVine.
He still was the number one.
And he took that team to the playoffs averaging what? 28, 29?
And what?
Hey, he was never averaging that.
I don't think the Timberwolves were a good team when he was there.
Exactly.
But he didn't elevate him.
I think, well,
what he
technically he
could.
did because he took him to the
He did what he
playoffs. So
could.
technically
From
he
a
did his
9
job.
seed to an 8 seed.
But I mean, you got in.
And he had
Your
a Jimmy
job is to get
Butler.
to the playoffs. Yeah, but
Yeah, you're adding
little
more
bit.
players for their
I don't
success.
think the team makeup was as good as it is with the Knicks. And we can't even knock that because he just came off a Western Conference Finals with Anthony Edwards. So he's.
He back in the
I don't
Eastern
get the cat
Conference.
slander. I don't get the cat slander.
I agree with you to a certain
I don't get the
extent
Cat
that
slander.
I feel like Cat's ceiling to be on a championship contender team, I feel like he's capable of being a number 2 option. But at the same time, it's kind of hard to quantify his impact on
Okay, so let me ask you this. What do y'all expect Cat to be averaging? To be a top player, what does he need to average?
to be a top
20.
what player.
whatever player y'all
You
think.
talking about to be
A Giannis level where y'all think he's trash to the point he needs to get traded to go get Giannis, KD, whoever. Because what do y'all think Cat needs to average to be one of those guys?
at least
Cat gotta
around
be better on the
26,
defense.
27. Give me about 13 rebounds. Give
So
me better
one more
defense.
rebound and he needs to make one more shot a game.
But I didn't.
You know what I'm saying?
For me, it's defense.
So he just said he needs to average.
I say
12
defense.
For me,
I
he said
move on
12,
defense.
13 rebounds. He averaged 11.4 this year. So one more rebound and we say about 26, 27. So he's gonna make about 2 more free throws a game and he's good.
For me, it's
But
defense.
then when I rolled the defense at the end, I was just knowing defense.
Okay, but y'all keep saying defense. What does he have to guard? Who does he have to guard? Who was
Would you
killing?
rather have Cat or Porzingis?
Cat.
Cat or Chet Holmgren?
Cat.
Cat or Sagoon?
Cat.
Cat or Rudy Gobert?
Cat.
Cat or Bam?
Cat.
Cat or Sabonis?
Cat.
Cat or Wembanyama?
I go Wemby.
Cat or Anthony Davis?
Now
Yes.
Don't you do
I
that.
go AD.
Okay.
Cat or Joel Embiid?
Cat.
Cat or Jokic?
Jokic.
Dikembe Mutombo. I'm going Jokic for sure.
So Cat is top 5 for sure.
Top 5 big in the league.
He is top 3 for him at this point.
I'll give you my top big. I'm gonna go Embiid when he's healthy. Jokic, Cat. I don't put Giannis in big category.
Damn, so y'all looked at me
not a
crazy.
wing.
I mean,
I consider Giannis.
oh, but
a wing.
y'all looked at me when crazy when
I
I said
consider
straight.
Giannis a
That's
wing.
me, whatever.
Person.
Who?
3, I put Bam in there
Yeah,
just
to
on
me.
defensive, and then I'll put. I'm a Rockets fan, so I'll throw Sagoon in there. Top 5 bigs. In the
Did you
league.
say Wemby or AD?
I really don't consider Wemby a big.
Wemby's
AD,
down.
throw AD in there, take Sagoon out there. But I don't really consider Wemby a big man.
He's just a big man.
He's just a big man. Yeah, Paul.
Pause. Are you subscribed to Check the Stats podcast, man? While we on this pause, you make sure you go on that YouTube link and you subscribe to Check the Stats podcast, or you gonna make my boy Omari sad, man.
I'm gonna do something crazy.
So we got our 2 teams locked in for the finals. Sorry.
No! and then it was him. This nigga a hypocrite. Hey. This nigga a hypocrite, bro.
No, I was laughing at this nigga. This nigga was still laughing. I'm like, what the fuck is so funny?
Goofy ass nigga.
Oh my god, y'all niggas is stupid. Funny.
So what are you guys' predictions for the NBA finals this year?
Thunder
OKC
and 5.
My dog.
Thunder and 5.
Thunder in 5.
Indiana and 7.
You don't dig.
Thunder and 6.
Hey, what I tell you all the time? Pop it out, bro.
At the end of the day, I just think Indiana, the X factor is obviously all them young guns. You got Aaron. I keep saying Aaron. Aaron Neesmith too. Let's forget about that. They got a bunch of defenders you can throw on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You got a true point guard in Tyrese Halliburton that gives everybody better with Pascal Siakam. And I'm sorry, Pascal. I wasn't giving you your proper respect. You're a top 50. He's a top tier guy in this league.
Yeah.
And like, it's hard because you can't really like name one good thing or one great thing he does. He just does
He's all around
everything
player.
good. He's
all around player. I'll say that.
He's a
He's
jack of all trades.
a good defender. He's good in the mid range. He's good
Remind me
finishing.
of Kawhi. Just a big
All right, let's
Kawhi.
chill on that. Nah,
I mean, he won a ring
He
with
literally
us, so
he played the same way as Kawhi.
All right, now we
He might
He's a
can't
good three.
defend like Kawhi, but they play the
He's
same
a good
way.
3-level scorer too. He's
Yeah.
underrated for sure.
Siakam nice.
But
I'm
think
with
it-
you though. I think the Pacers bench is gonna be the
X factor for
in
sure.
the series for sure. Got a lot of young people they could throw at him. Neesmith, shoot, Benedict Mathurin, T.J. McConnell,
Nemhard.
I said Neesmith. Obi Toppin. You could throw him in there too. I think what's gonna benefit the Pacers is they got a lot of young guys they could throw at all those different players on the Thunder, whether that's Shea, Jalen Williams.
you know we got
shit.
bench though, right?
Huh?
Like you know we got depth though, right?
Who, the Thunder?
Yes, we have. I feel like our depth is probably like a little bit better than theirs. I feel like we got them on that.
Respectful.
Yeah, but I don't think the niggas coming off the bench for the Thunder gonna lock up like the niggas coming off the bench for the
Which
Pacers.
team?
I'm in case of wild.
defense?
Casey
Which team?
Wallace.
I'm at the Thunder by
What'd you
far.
say? You said, huh?
Who has the what?
Who has the
Wait,
best
I didn't know. I
defense?
was seeing. You said which team has the best? For sure,
It's
the Thunder. Yeah,
The Thunder. It's not even close.
That's debatable.
Have better depth and
That's
a better.
debatable.
I feel like
defense.
yes. This ain't even.
That's
I'm not even being biased, but like they're kind of. It's even, but
I think they're very similarly matched up.
yeah, it's like an even matchup. Like you said that they play kind of similar to the Thunder when it comes to like defense. I agree with that. They do play 94 feet, kind of like the Thunder do in this.
I like the Pacers because they pick up full court.
Yeah.
They do that shit no matter who they playing.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson, Chet, Victor Wembanyama, Alperen Sengun, they're going to pick up full court.
My thing is, we whooped everybody in the East. Like I can't remember our record in the East or in the East or whatever, but we killed everybody in the East. I understand this is the finals, it's the playoffs or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like,
You a Thunder fan?
yeah,
Oh, for sure.
yeah. But I've been one since 2011. But anyway, yeah, like our record against the East is like crazy. You know what I'm saying? I think we only lost like one game, and that was against the Cavs. But outside of that, I mean, I feel like the X factor for the Thunder, I feel like it'll be J-Dub. I can say it'll be J-Dub for sure. I mean, if he can step up and play like how he played against
I think
Minnesota.
Shaq step up too.
Yeah.
I think
Shea played. He stepped up. He stepped up for sure.
Chet.
Oh, he said Chet. Yeah, Chet. He stepped up a little bit. He stepped up.
MVP. He better step up.
He stepped up when Shea, Chet, and J-Dub are like have double digit numbers. It's over. I ain't gonna lie, it's over with. And then we got guys like Caruso who's been in this before, so it's like
yeah, he's a champion.
Dort.
So kind of like you guys are already saying, the stars usually cancel each other out. Who's gonna win the role player battle?
I think it's more of a standpoint of like
Pacers
schematically, like how much can the Thunder limit Pascal Siakam? Because I feel like Tyrese Halliburton's gonna go through hell with that backcourt.
I mean, we can put several guys. I mean, we got guys.
But I feel like if Siakam is in a position where he's able to play comfortably and get in a rhythm offensively, then I feel like,
a role player.
huh?
You calling Siakam a role player?
I'm not calling him a role player, but I'm saying that the role that the Thunder have in terms of limiting his ability to have success on the offensive side of the ball, I think it's going to be the determining factor in this series. Because if he gets into a rhythm, it's going to look more spookier and spookier by the game for the Thunder, because Siakam has showcased the ability to be consistent on that side of the ball against everybody in the Eastern Conference over the past 2 seasons. And he's been in this moment as well.
I mean, you put a guy like Alex Caruso or Lou Dort on him, I feel like he in hell, honestly.
You put him in that position over having him guard.
Who?
Talking about Halliburton.
Yeah, you probably put him on Halliburton.
Who, Caruso?
Jokic.
Yeah.
You can, hell,
They did,
honestly, you can put Shea on Hallie.
Wait, do y'all think
Shea played good
Halliburton
defense,
is
bro.
the number one option? Y'all think he's the number one option?
Who, Pascal?
No, Halliburton.
The offense runs through him for sure, so I believe, yeah.
He's the
I feel like
engine.
he is. I
He's
feel like he is. He's
hard
the engine
to-
of that team. He's the ultimate pacer.
He's the ultimate pacer.
It's hard
So,
to
yeah.
determine though, because like at the end of the day, like he can get a bucket like in the offense wherever he wants, but like I think his main priority is to set everybody else up.
Facilitate.
So like not necessarily he's going to go out of his way to be like I got to get these amount of shots up per game. Like his effect is in a whole different way. His facilitating. I mean, pretty much that's all he do. Facilitating when he done, shoot, he get into it.
He's a chef. Like he might not eat as much as everybody else, but at the end of the day, he's a table setter. He makes sure everyone gets a piece of the pie at the end of the day.
Who do you think is going to control the tempo most of the time?
The Pacers.
It's hard.
It's gonna be the Pacers.
The Pacers.
Their play is so unique. Like
They
their
pick up full
style.
court.
And it's not even
That's
just
all I gotta
that.
say.
It's not even just that. It's the offensive side of the ball. Like for multiple years, we've seen this stretch of time where they are the highest paced team in the league. Like for as good as the defense is in OKC, the Pacers have the number one offense for a reason. Like, and they've had that consistently throughout the entire year. So this will be a battle of strength versus strength. It'll be interesting as hell.
Man, we only lost one game in the East. That's all I need to know.
Does home court advantage matter in this series?
No.
For the Pacers,
It didn't matter last series.
I think for the
It didn't
Pacers,
matter
for
last
sure.
series.
I
Everybody
think it's tough to go and they feel whatever they call it, game, whatever the fuck. But I think they come in, it'd be tough. It's a tough place to win. But I think the Thunder are also a tough place to win.
Two rough, rowdy fan bases that have
Two small market teams.
electric fan bases too. It'll be interesting as hell to see what the road team is capable of doing on both sides.
But it's a major matchup though. Number one defense versus number one offense. I mean, you got the MVP, you got a 68 win team, been dominant all year long in the finals against. This is basically the two best teams since the halfway point of the season to now. Facing off in it, like it don't get better than this. And like obviously, like everybody picked against Indiana pretty much from the start of the playoffs, from Milwaukee to Cleveland to New York and now here. So I'm not gonna be one of those guys to pick against them yet again, be wrong yet again. So I think Indiana, it is a tall task. You're playing against the best defensive team in the league, playing against the MVP, playing against a 22-year-old and Chet Holmgren that's getting better and better by the dribble. Playing against a confident J-Dub and shoot. A confident J-Dub is awfully scary because shoot, he's making open threes. Oh, I don't think I know how big that he is. He's making open threes. So that attention that's all predicated to Shea. Now he has reliable players on the outside that's going to take care of their business, make their open. But that's what I'm saying. He's actually coming to the party, so that's only making him even more dangerous. But at the end of the day, I just trust. Tyrese Halliburton. He hasn't been the level of Shea in this series. I know Shea is the MVP. That's your guy. I know.
No, I'm saying it's kind of hard because Hallie been having a lot of key playoff moments.
He been having some moments.
He been having a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Shea, he's had his moments, but I feel like Hallie has been very consistent in this whole playoff round.
I feel like this is kind of similar to the Heat versus the Nuggets. I'm not gonna sit up here and consider this a David versus Goliath type of matchup, but the Heat went on this electric run with the bell cow of the moment, Jimmy Butler having all these electrifying moments in the postseason. Well, Indiana's kind of doing the same thing and making people give them the level of respect that they deserve, but at the same time, at that point in time during the season, Nuggets were through and through the best team in the NBA, and the Thunder essentially are in the same category for this season. At a certain time, the rubber needs to meet the road for Indiana, and as much as I want to believe for them, and as much as I'm rooting for them, I got to go head over heart here.
So I'm
only saying Indiana is they're not a top team.
I'm not saying they're not a top team. I'm just saying that for as much respect as they've earned, I think there's a different level between going up against the likes of what you're going through in the East, as much as respect we give to the Knicks, the Cavs, and the Celtics, and then going up against basically the top dog in the NBA.
I could dig it.
No, for sure. Yeah.
So if Finals MVP isn't given to one of the stars, who do you think will win?
Pascal Siakam yet again.
But I say he's an all-star.
He's an all-star. He's a consistent all-star.
I don't realistically think nobody's gonna win it outside of those two top players. I don't think they'll give it unless somebody just goes nuts, like a Miles Turner, or I can't
So Miles Turner would be your answer. If it's not one of the stars, who wins Finals MVP?
I wouldn't even say.
I can't even say J-Dub because he made it. He's an all-star, so it's
Miles Turner getting best in certain games. That's why I wouldn't even say it's my answer. I just realistically I can't even see another answer.
I'm gonna go with Miles Turner.
If it's Indiana, I'll go Pascal. But if it's
he just said no Pascal.
Okay, if it's no Pascal, then honestly,
Nembhard.
Either I'll probably go Neesmith.
We only talking Pacers wise.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about who you choosing.
If it's the Pacers, I'll go Neesmith. But if it's the Thunder,
we know damn well Neesmith ain't winning. Final MVP.
That's the only person I can say.
Neesmith gonna win a Final MVP. He gonna be third in line.
If Caruso win a Final MVP, that'd be crazy.
No,
I ain't gonna lie. Caruso been. He been.
Yeah, but we talking
Final MVP.
Is Chet? Chet.
Nah,
He could. Shea got a better chance than Caruso. That's for
sure. Caruso's a demon on defense, but they're not finna pull another Iguodala again.
I don't even know about. I don't know.
I know. No.
All right, on to the next topic though, man. With the addition of
Sorry. Pull your shorts down.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
nigga in the last video. I say, where the fuck is your shorts at, nigga?
Hey, nigga.
All right. Each person has a drink in their hand. If they think that this player is better than Jalen Williams, they're going to take a drink. The first player, Michael Porter Jr.
What the fuck?
Let me set this shit down.
That's sorry.
Absolutely not.
That wannabe 3-and-D nigga. Hell no.
RJ Barrett.
Nah, not at all.
Boy, I was finna say.
Put it down.
You tripping.
Josh Giddey.
Nah.
Put it down.
Not even close.
Trey Murphy.
I could see it,
Nah.
but I gotta see him in a different environment.
Bro, I'm taking Trey Murphy over Jalen Williams. I'm sorry.
I do think he can be an all-star over J-Dub.
For sure. Bro,
Trey Murphy is nice. I like
told
Trey
y'all
Murphy.
why J-Dub made the team, man. There's no way J-Dub makes it over Devin Booker. Let's be serious. Like, J-Dub was not a legitimate all-star. We can all. That's why everybody's quiet, because we know.
Well, is he
Trey Murphy-
He been hooping all
Is he a
season,
legitimate NBA third team?
No, he's not.
So who would you replace for him?
Devin Booker. In a heartbeat. No, you can't even argue that.
This year?
Yes, even this year. I don't even think that's an argument.
Well,
Yeah,
Jalen
sure.
Williams this year.
It's kind of hard.
But J-Dub been hooping all
What
season.
made-
So has
Why
Devin
did
Booker.
D-Book have a
But
better year? Because he scored more points?
He's a better. I mean, let's be
it's D-Book,
serious.
though. It's D-Book, so.
We not talking about the namesake
Wait.
alone. If you turn on the television
What is
and you see
D-Book?
Devin Booker playing basketball, and then you see J-Dub, you're going to be like, he's the better
D-Book
player,
is
and it's
better.
obvious by far.
Yeah.
The only reason J-Dub made all this stuff is because they was the number one seed, they had a historic record, and then at the end of the day, they got like, I mean, you got to put two of them in. If you don't put two of them in,
Why is D-Book a better player?
he scores the ball better. He facilitates the ball better. He's a more reliable player.
That is
He's a more established player.
So he just been doing it longer.
He's better
He
at
is
every
better.
level. He's
He is
better
better.
at three.
I
He's
think
better at
Jalen-
the mid
I
range.
think
He's
Jalen-
better at
I've
finishing.
never heard
Everything-
anyone disrespect Devin Booker before.
I'm not disrespecting him, but I'm saying what makes him good because he can score the ball.
I think even if Devin Booker's only asset,
if we're judging somebody being good off of just scoring the ball, every person in the NBA is.
no, I'm saying like I think Jalen Williams is a better defender, obviously, but from the standpoint of like
Everything else in basketball.
Well, it's not even that. It's like if Devin Booker's only asset compared to Jalen Williams that he's better at is scoring,
Yeah.
then I feel like that gap is more than enough to make up for anything else Devin Booker lacks when compared to Jalen Williams. Because he did take that Suns team to the finals.
Thank
I mean,
you.
yeah, true. That's true.
Thank you. I'm glad. Thank
Did
you.
he?
We got some people with some sense.
Did he take him to the finals?
I mean, he had a team
Who
for
was the
sure,
bell-
just
who was
like
the bell
J-Dub
cow?
got a team.
Who was the bell cow?
I mean, it was D-Book for sure getting a bucket, but did he willed this team to victory?
I mean, it was good team roster construction, but I mean, like somebody has to get the lion's share of the credit.
And he always showed up.
Okay, you're right. I'm not arguing that, but I'm just saying what makes D-Book better. He can score the ball because it sounds like we're basing better off of who scores more points.
So who's better, Luka Doncic or Jalen Williams?
Yeah, Luka for sure.
I mean, but why? Luka scores the ball better.
I think he's better because he touches the ball more. Jalen Williams doesn't get the opportunity.
Jalen Williams
But Devin Booker does the same
Jalen
exact
Williams
thing,
what?
but we're not
Jalen
giving him that
Williams is
excuse.
Jalen Williams or Cat, you can't compare them to.
Why?
Why? Not
Right
as
now,
both
good.
in the
right
NBA.
now, I would take Cat though.
Right now?
Yeah, if it was today, I would take Cat.
Because he scores more?
No, because I think he brings you more. He scores and he also brings you a little bit more on defense.
Oh, J-Dub, he
J-Dub
clips
can lock
it on
up.
defense.
No, don't
I
get
ain't
me wrong.
gonna cap.
J-Dub lock up, but
I gotta
I
sit
can
for
find
that.
anybody who can perimeter
I
defend.
got a sip for that.
I can find anybody to perimeter defend.
Big Jess, what's next?
All right. J-Dub or Chris Middleton?
J-Dub is better.
I don't even think that's a question.
Nah.
Oh,
Jordan Poole.
It sucks they sent that man to Washington. He went there to die.
Klay Thompson.
Asked me that 5 years earlier.
2025, Klay Thompson. Tyler Hero.
You ain't rocking with the All-Star?
Scotty Barnes.
Yeah,
For sure.
I ain't gonna lie.
Like, are we serious? For sure.
I ain't gonna lie, yeah.
For sure. Come on.
Before you comment, if you do not watch Scotty Barnes like that,
Please turn on some Scotty Barnes tape.
what?
Wait, are you just saying that?
Betting purposes. Betting purposes.
hold on, let me think about it.
Not even a thought.
Nah, don't succumb to the
I
peer
even
pressure. If you
thought-
stand
I ain't
on
just coming
business-
to this. I'm just thinking, like, I'm like,
Checking the stats.
You don't gotta think too long.
nah.
Yeah,
I'll take a
Scotty
drag.
too hotty.
Scotty
I'll
Barnes.
take a drag on it. I ain't.
You don't think so?
Wait, what's your reason?
Better.
He saw me too many times.
Oh yeah, that gotta be the only reason.
What's your reason of Scotty being better though?
What's the reason?
Yeah, let me hear it.
He's a top tier defender.
Yeah.
That what
He's
is
pretty-
J-Dub?
He's a 6'10" point guard. Well, first off, he can guard one.
Barnes 16? I thought he was like
Yeah.
6'8".
He's 6'10", 6'11".
He has like tops in the league potential.
Top center.
Center.
He's a
Top-
point.
No, does he have top 10 in the league
Yeah.
potential?
Yeah.
For sure. Yes. He's He's like 21, 22 doing
He is
this.
young. So.
I think the Raptors.
Both of them young though. They both like the same age.
I do too. I think they got to get smart
J-Dub did
players.
like 2 years in college.
If yeah.
They still rebuilding, but they got
Watch,
their
years.
just watch about 2-3 minutes of Scotty Barnes.
Scotty,
they got their cornerstone for sure. They got their cornerstone.
Nah, Scotty nice.
You don't think so?
Okay, I'll reevaluate him this season.
Scotty a bucket.
J-Dub.
I don't know if I already said Brandon Ingram.
Ah, yeah.
The defense ain't there now. The defense.
As much as I
Wait,
rock with
wait,
Ingram,
wait.
man, he not the same.
Are we taking ascending into this, like as a factor?
No, who's better?
Like right now.
I'm not. Nah, I can't. I can't.
J-Dub better, man.
Brandon Ingram not better than Jada. I'm sorry. I've seen too
In
much
what
of
way?
that. Anyway,
Y'all been talking about scoring all night.
We played against him last year when he. With the
all I gotta
Pelicans,
do is show you Brandon
he didn't
Ingram
do
playoff.
Maybe KD.
He didn't do anything.
All you gotta
That-
show
he
is
didn't do
Ingram.
anything against us last
Brandon
year.
Ingram playoff
Brandon
stats.
Ingram.
Pull him up, please.
Like he didn't do
Brandon
shit.
That'll end the discussion really quick.
Yes.
Just show what he did against.
And I know
OKC.
J-Dub, he had what's it? Court date, not court days. Yeah, what?
Court days.
Court days.
Not court days.
God damn.
Oh my God, not court days.
Tour
No,
days?
tour days. Yes, that's what I meant to say. He had tour days and shit. Like when we played against like the Nuggets and everything. But like he stepped up though.
Brandon Ingram played 10 playoff games. He's averaged 21, 5 and 5.
No, what did he average last year?
That's a good question because I know he wasn't on shit in the 4-game sweep.
When we whooped their ass last year, he didn't do shit.
Then
Last
Brandon.
year they played
The Thunder.
the Thunder. He averaged.
It wasn't that good.
It wasn't.
If it's under
Was he getting
fitness.
outplayed by McCullum?
If it's under 17,
He was getting
just
outplayed
say
by
the
Trey
game.
Murphy. Trey Murphy was hooping against us. I remember that.
Averaged 19. But he got hurt though. He had 12, 18, 19, and 8.
Is that not awful?
He did.
He played on the Pelicans though. He played on the
For
Pelicans.
Brandon
With
Ingram?
no Zion either.
No, they had Zion.
No, not in the
he ain't
playoffs.
played.
Not
Yeah,
in the
they
playoffs.
did.
Nah,
He played
He
against the
played the
Lakers.
play-in game and he got hurt.
He ain't played against y'all.
Yeah.
Nah, he didn't. You're right.
If I have Brandon Ingram on my team, I want him to average at least 20.
Brandon Ingram had
He doing that.
8 points in his last game in New Orleans. Oh,
Yeah,
no.
but he got hurt.
I
That
said
last
8,
game
my
they
bad.
played the Thunder. He hurt his foot. But the last 2 games I can't speak for. It was 12, 18, 19.
8 points.
But considering
2 of
Zion-
14 shooting.
But considering Zion didn't play, all eyes was on him though.
This dude averaged 14.3 points a game. I mean, is that not horrendous? Like, let's be serious. He didn't average 15 points a game. And he's better than a third-team All-NBA player, despite what I think about Jada. Let's keep it a buck. This dude's butt. I'm sorry, B.I., but you're not it.
There's a name.
And I'm gonna be honest, I think him and Scotty being together in Toronto, I think they're gonna be nice.
But they trying to trade for Giannis or KD now.
I don't know what's up with everybody thinking they need Giannis and fucking KD. Like,
Giannis, I
That's
understand.
open.
Giannis, I understand, but KD,
I don't
he's
think
a
Giannis
rental.
is somebody you could just go plug in and put on a team. Like, I think he's one of those guys like you have to build a team around him. And KD, I feel like he'll be a good fit me personally on the Rockets. I don't see him. If I'm anybody other team, I don't give up no young player.
Giannis is the type of guy you move heaven and earth for.
I don't think so.
He don't like Giannis. So he
I mean, I think he's a really good player, but I'm not giving up my whole team. for
He's
somebody.
not a really good
He
player.
can't even shoot a 3.
He's not a really good player. He's the second best player in the NBA.
He can't shoot a second best player in the NBA.
Yes. Who's better than Giannis?
He gave the Suns 50 in the finals.
Who's better
Shea.
than Giannis?
No 3.
You think Shea is better than? Wait,
Yes.
you think Shea is better than Giannis?
I do.
No, he's not.
I do. That
No.
makes Giannis good. He's 16. He can run over everybody. He can dunk the ball. That makes him
Stop
good.
it, man.
I say Shea
That
has
makes
more
him
skill.
good.
Shea has more skill. Giannis has more upside because he's taller. And
Upside?
He has
He's
more upside 'cause
16.
He's better, period.
He's-
It's not even a
Is that
question.
not-
Wait,
is that
wait,
what
wait,
upside
wait.
mean?
Wait, wait.
No, what?
What
the
does-
hell?
Upside mean?
What does
So what does
Giannis
upside
do
mean?
better?
Just throw it to him.
What does Giannis do better?
He's such a dick.
Score? What?
He's a better scorer. He's a
What upside? I'm saying that he better. What
was
you
no-
ain't talking about? You ain't throwing that to me. I said Giannis is better.
Yeah. So what makes Shea, what makes Shea better? Wait. So what makes Shea better than
Shea
Giannis?
impacts winning in more than one way. And I think that's facilitating. I think that's defensively. I think that's scoring the ball.
Oh, my bad. Damn, I missed
MVP
it. My
for
bad,
a reason.
gang.
Granted, Giannis did win the MVP. I can't knock that. But now that Giannis is getting older, I don't think you go build a team around. Let me not say that. I don't think you trade to bring him into a team. I think he's one of those guys you build a team around. I don't take Giannis and go put him on the Knicks and think they're gonna be light years better. I don't think that's gonna be the case. I don't think that's the case anywhere Giannis goes.
To a certain extent, I may agree with you in some points, but for all the points that you named about Shea and his impact on winning, you feel like Giannis can't do those things at this
I
level?
think he can, but if I'm 6'10" and I'm African or whatever the case is, whatever he is, but I say that from the athletic standpoint. Like, there's nobody as athletic as Giannis. So if he has those athletic abilities to be able to come down the paint, make a move, and get to the basket, there's nobody who can run fast as him, jump high as him, anything like that. But I don't think he's a player that you can take today and I'll go put him on the Cavs and we think that'll make them better.
I see what you're saying, though.
I think he's a really good player. Don't get me wrong. I think he's MVP caliber. He's a dog. He's a bucket. But I don't think he's a player who I'm right. And we need to go trade the house for him right now. He's going to make our team better.
So you basically saying
what
Giannis
team do you think you can put Giannis on right now?
And he makes them instantly better.
Where you're like, wow, like this team is going to be really
I'll
good.
say there's probably more teams than it's probably more than half the teams in the NBA. I'll say that.
I mean, yeah, they're going to be
sure.
better because you got a top 10 level player coming in. Yes, they're going to win a couple more games, but I'm talking about like playoff basketball. Come down, Giannis is going to make an impact. What team do you put him on? You think he could do that?
I can see him on.
Because I'm like, we just watched him with Dame for 2 years.
I think.
Granted, Dame got hurt; he was kind of in and out.
I think that team is just.
Dame on the
I think.
decline,
I think the Bucks was just on some.
We're trying to win right now.
Well, it's not even just that. One, they're trying to win right now. Two, they made a knee-jerk reaction to getting rid of Budenholzer, then getting rid of Adrian Griffin and hiring a horrible. I don't know why Doc Rivers is still getting calls as head coach in the NBA. Adding the fact that they get so much bad injury luck at the worst possible times is ridiculous. I mean, hell, it was a miracle Dame was even able to play in these playoffs for as much as he did with the blood clot situation. Yeah. And that didn't even factor in his Achilles. And last year, Giannis missed an entire playoff series. So it's like we have to give the Bucks some level of grace in this aspect because for what it's worth, even as title contenders, they weren't fully at strength.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Why are we looking to jump ship so quick and just trade them? Or why do you think?
No. From the aspect of everybody else, they want to trade for him.
Yeah. Now, granted, if he's not happy in Milwaukee, you need to move around. You got to do what's best for your team, your business wise. But I don't take Giannis from Milwaukee and say, hey, go to New York, go to Cleveland, go to Philly, go to any of those top teams. Now, a team I could see him on, it wouldn't have him, but I think it'd be a good fit. I think he'd be a good fit on the Pistons.
I was going to say that.
I think
he'll be a great fit with him and K.
Him and K get downhill. I think that'd be a really good fit. Yeah. Outside of that, I don't see him going anywhere else making just.
I think if the Bucks are open to trading Giannis, it's strictly for the fact that like they don't have a pick until 2031.
Yeah, and they're trying to get that.
Like they don't have they did what every team in the NBA does when they win a championship. Oh, we could just reload and do it again. And then the second that they don't, now they're scrambling because they traded all their assets in terms of building for this core right now. And here we are in the shitter, and now we got a chance to get out of it. We might as well do it now rather than later.
Exactly. I agree with you on that.
All right, let me get these last couple names out of here. Franz Wagner. Desmond Bain. Franz Wagner.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
Hell no.
I don't think so.
I wouldn't be mad at it.
I don't think so. I
thought about it.
I don't think Franz could be your number 2.
Can we please just pull up what he did first round against
Franz
Boston?
Wagner is number 2 right now. And he killing.
He killing, but
Killing against Boston.
Didn't I try to tell you that?
Number 2?
Yes.
I tried to tell him this that Franz
He can't even
nice.
shoot yet though. Imagine when he can shoot.
He can shoot, but it's not consistent sometimes. It's not consistent.
Get him
But he
get
can
a
shoot that.
consistent 3-point shot. He averaged 23 this year.
But is he like, okay, for a championship level team, he's going to be my number 2 and I'm riding and dying with that?
No,
Yes.
hell no.
You think so?
Yes.
Yeah.
Franz Wagner is not.
I don't think so. But
I don't think Pablo is established enough as number 1 for them to be as good as
Yeah, I think he is though.
they got to build.
I think it's another level. I think it's
Paolo,
another
this is-
level Pablo has to take in order to like.
This is his second year. He gonna grow, but
What is he, like,
going to the
21?
fort?
Paolo, yeah, I think he's like
22, 20. No, he's 23.
All right.
He's young.
Desmond Bain.
Nah.
OG Anunoby.
No.
Miles Bridges.
No.
Nah.
Mikal Bridges.
No.
Nah.
Dylan Brooks.
The hell no.
Nah.
They're not even close.
Kyle Kuzma.
We just trying to see.
Nigga trolling.
Kyle Kuzma.
I got a name. Jaylen Brown.
Hey, this dude tripping.
Why you
Wait,
Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown?
it's better than Jalen Williams?
You would take him over Jalen Williams?
Oh, yeah, I would.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
But now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, why? Why would I take it? Like, what is he
I'm
doing?
asking. That's what we want to figure out.
I mean, I would just off his name and star power and what he's done so far. But now that I'm thinking about their games a little bit more in depth,
I mean, sure.
You see them as one and the same?
I think they're pretty close.
Yeah, they're close for sure.
I think Jaylen Brown might be able to defend better right now, but I don't think their game is too much different.
True.
I think
I wouldn't be mad at either one.
I think Brown is a better facilitator.
I think Brown is just too much bully ball. Like, he want to run a nigga over.
I agree. I think Jalen Williams is more skilled.
Way more.
Yeah.
If you're still sober, you either hate Jalen Williams or you need to rewatch this season. But that's episode 50 story. Charlie?
Episode 54 Check the Stat podcast is now concluded, man. I appreciate you if you made it to the end of this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, man. Shout out to my boys Sam, man, Burst, and Cam for popping out again, giving us an amazing show, man.
Yes, sir.
Burst, any last words, comments regarding before we get up out of here, bro?
T-Cal, Omari, Cam, myself, Big Jess. Everybody in this room, we all kings. And what's a king? Without his crown. And for everybody that know, if you know, you know. And if you know, that means you know the facts. And for those that don't know, that means you need to tune in. Because you need them facts. And if you need them facts, check them stats.
What the fuck? Hey, bro.
When y'all going at it, I'd be like, let them niggas talk. If y'all say something, I'm like, like
Hop
raise
in
my eyebrow, I can hop in that out.
Get with the rumble in the jungle.
I did.
Nigga said give in the rumble in the jungle. Fuck.
It's pressure.
That bitch just wanted to stay over there, clearly.
Oh, that was cool.
Do you really want a bucket? Nah, you don't want a bucket.
All right, so the stage is set and there's 2 teams left. Who do you guys think have in the finals this year?
Wait, repeat that question. Go back again. Redo the question. Cause like that kind of like fucked me up. I ain't gonna lie. Cause like I didn't. Cause like it wasn't like clear. Like it wasn't like. Was I tripping? Am I tripping?
How many games?
No, I thought I was tripping. That's why I was like, hold up, bro. Like,
Are you ready?
hey, no, it was like it's set. Like the stage is set and something else. And I'm like, wait, hold up.
Just be like, who do y'all got?
I'm like, hold up, bro.
You know these 2 niggas gonna make everything like go up. Come on now, like you can't say shit around these 2 niggas.
Nigga said that kind of fucked me up. Nah, this shit caught me guard. He said, alright, shut up, bro.
I don't blame him. Shut bitch ass up.